The Nintendo DS is the most iconic two-screen portable released in November 21st of 2004 and swept the world with a very big hurricane. It sold 154 million DSs, and that's almost surpassed the PS2, and we all know how that birth went out. Anyways, people love the two screens and others hate it, but maybe 154 million people will probably be singing a different tune right about now. But you're here because of why this machine of mass destruction worked and sold 154.2 million copies. The DS is a handheld game console with, hold your suspense, two whole ass screens, and one of them is touch based. That was the whole selling point, other than you could take it to old Grandpappy's house and not watch him on life support. It sounds weird that the new kid in the block had two screens that doesn't try to true one screen. And Nintendo's previous handheld, the Game Boy Advance, had of course one screen. Like with the Wii, the DS somewhat focused on the family aspect, but it was not all about the families like with the Wii. There were some aspects, we'll get to that later. Anyways, a lot of the games would use the two screens really well. Speaking about those games, some games would only work on the DS or would work better on it because of those two screens. Like putting a map/stats on the bottom of the screens instead of having to open the menu with like the start button or something. Think of a Zelda game. There were Zelda games on the DS. You could have the gameplay on the top screen and all the things like your heart pieces, inventory, maps, and all those other dingabajiggies on the touch screen and scroll them on the fly while committing a Zelda. Or like in New Super Mario Bros. The progress of what level you're in and an item in reserve as well was on, surprise surprise, the touch screen. The games were amazing as well. We got both Mario and Luigi, both amazing RPGs. Two solid games that are okay from what I've heard about them. Like two Sonic games and an RPG, and it's funny that we're talking about Sonic Dark Brotherhood when we're supposed to be talking about good games over here. Speaking about the good ones, Mario Kart DS was such a fun kart racer. You could take on the go with all the fun missions and everything, and all the bosses and all the fun like gameplay loops and everything. And there was Call of Duty games, and they were games, alright. But what about the casual audience trainer drawing? I hear you, Screechwell. To answer that, personal trainer cooking. But there was the touch generation that focused on all the grandmas and the wrinkled. Except for Elite Beat Agents, Grandma was of course fucking get that. But I'm tired, so let's just wrap this up already. The DS just worked. It had good games and shit games. It had a good balance of the games for the average gamer to the old man on my walls watching me get into the shower. Some games were obnoxious with the touchscreens, while others just used it beautifully. Point being, the DS simply works, and it will always work no matter what.